witches, welcome back to the channel. This is Hectarios. In this video I want to talk about the importance of purification. So first of all, welcome to all the new subscribers and all the old subscribers. Hi, how are you all doing? Love you all. Thanks for watching and all of that. But I want to get into this topic because it's really been on my mind lately with just the energies that have been going on have been crazy the past few months or so. And I'm just going to dive right into this topic. Okay, so when you're going through a lot of struggles and chaos and darkness and hard times and all of that stuff, these heavy energies that weigh you down and oppress you or anger you or, make you sad, and that type of energy, it changes you when you're going through it for a long, prolonged period of time. So, if you've been going through something like that or anything like that, and you're a witch or a magical practitioner, it is important to be aware and to know that purification and cleansing and banishing magic are so important. They're a staple of my practice and of any adept practitioners, magical and spiritual maintenance and upkeep. It's very important because when you have a lot of that heavy energy, it changes you as a person because you become reactive to it. And then you're no longer centered in your true self, and you're no longer grounded in your, surety and what your goals are and things like that. For example, we all have goals and desires in our heart and in our soul. We know what we want, and it's usually something good. It's not, most of us don't want world domination and destruction and malicious things. We mostly all want, the same things, which is love and joy and happiness and peace. And that's your true self. That's your true soul. That's what, that's your purity, and that's your innocence itself. Okay, and this is our true self. And when we get into these dark ruts and these dark times, and we're oppressed for a long period of time, it changes that. It changes our alignment with our own personal truths. Okay, so this happens to people all the time, and a majority of the world is living like that, day to day, and they never get out of it. But as magical practitioners and as spiritual people, we practice, spiritual growth and advancement. And so one of the main things and one of the most important things that we need to do, especially coming into this path, what we need to know about and be aware of, is doing purification magic, cleansings, and banishings. Okay, because a lot of the things that happen in the physical world have a spiritual source causing that to happen. So banishing becomes very important with this. And so, if you look at traditions, you have the lesser and greater banishing rituals of the pentagram. You can look that up from the Golden Dawn system. And a lot of the ancient grimoires, like you can look in the Key of Solomon and stuff like that. There's a purification that takes place at the very beginning of the work. And that's necessary, because whenever you cleanse like that and purify and you get back into alignment with your truth and you're centered in your soul, that is the divine in you. That's the divine expressing and living through you. And so it's a source of power. It's the greatest source of power when you're in touch with that part of yourself. So, um, if you're trying to do or thinking of doing some big magic that requires a lot of power, you want to go through a purification period. Um, you can look in the grimoires, like I said, there's usually fasting. Um, fasting is not just not eating or not drinking, whatever, certain things, but it's also withholding yourself from that reactive behavior. It is that cleansing too from having malicious emotions and thoughts. It is purification on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so I'm kind of losing my articulation here, but it is that level of cleansing that brings you into your center, into your groundedness, and into your power. And that's very important. And I feel like that's overlooked a lot in modern practitioners and witches and stuff like that. I don't really see it talked about that much. I mean, I see, the cleansing of sage and stuff like that, but no one really talks about the cleansing of, your thoughts and your emotions from that malevolence that settles in. Like I said, when you're going through a dark time or a hard time, there's a malevolence that settles in on you, and it changes your purity. It takes you off course, okay? So getting purified, getting cleansed has a lot to do with your thoughts and your emotions, okay? This is something that Hecate taught me as well back in 2013, 2014, when I was channeling a lot of information and wisdom from her. She told me that the greatest secrets of power will not be revealed to me until I mastered my own thoughts and my own emotions to be pure and be cleansed and not reactive to the world, but to stand in your own truth and stay grounded and centered there, no matter what's going on around you. Of course, we all slip up from time to time in that practice. It is, it's a self-discipline. So it's something that you have to constantly keep doing and staying aware of. And unfortunately, from time to time, life happens and you get into ruts and you get into hard times. And if it's really going on for a long period of time, it can be hard to stay positive and stay in your truth. So it's just very important to know that this practice of purification and cleansing and banishing needs to be a staple of your practice. Make sure that you are keeping it up and maintained throughout your life and in every area and aspect that you face. We're all human, so we're going to slip up from time to time, but just make sure that you are keeping tabs on yourself. And if you find yourself in one of these periods and these dark times and hard times, then maybe do some cleansing work and just remember that this is very important, and do some banishing work, okay? It's like that saying, cleanliness is next to godliness. That is not a Bible quote. It's not anywhere in the Bible. It's just a wisdom from the ancients in general to, be clean of mind, clean of body, and clean of soul, okay? On all those levels. I think that's all that's coming to me right now. But I was just thinking about Walpurgis Night and this full moon, and a lot of people have been having dreams that are very negative and dark, including myself, recently. And it just got me thinking of the importance of purification and banishing. I know I did a video about this already, but I don't think I described it how I am in this video. But it is very important, guys. So I just wanted to put that message out there. Do the work. Like I said in my other video on how to become a more powerful witch, put in the work. You know, this is a discipline that you have to apply to yourself, and you have to keep it up and keep doing it. So, you know, it's just very important, and I don't see it talked about that much. So I decided that I'll just put this video out there, and I know that there's a lot of people who need to hear this message right now. So that's it for this video. I hope that you have a great full moon tonight and a great witches night, Walpurgis night, Beltane, May Eve, all the beautiful names for this Sabbath. I hope that you have a great time with that. But just remember that it's very important to keep these practices as one of your staples, okay? So that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and sharing, because it helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all of you, okay? So sending love to you guys. Hail to the witches, hail Hecate, and blessed be.